Losing my vision taught me to be more fearless in life. If you can't see how steep the mountain is, then you can't fear it. If my mom were still here today, I would ask her to teach me how to make her Vietnamese beef noodle soup. Alexa, ask Delta to turn on. She was able to take very simple ingredients and do something magical to them. Since she died, she left no written recipes. Alexa, ask Delta to dispense 4 quarts of water. So I have yet to figure out how to make this mysterious beef noodle soup. Because I'm visually impaired, I'm known as the blind cook, and I just opened my first restaurant called The Blind Goat. I started losing my vision around the same time that I started teaching myself how to cook. But every time my vision would decrease, I would have to teach myself again, how do I use the stove or how do I use a knife? Just trying to get better every day with every recipe I made. I'm best known for winning a cooking competition on television. I also wrote a cookbook that made it onto the bestseller list.
Just
now
amazing.
I'm considered an insider in the industry. As someone who's visually impaired, measuring liquids has been a challenge. I use voice-activated technology a lot in the kitchen. It's just much easier to speak to a device, whether it's measurements, getting equipment to turn on or off. Cooking is a very sensual process. Because I don't have the sense of sight, when I taste something, I really break it down in my head. I picture exactly how I want the dish to look. I have the memory of what colors look like, so I know what white, what orange, what green look like. So I imagine first, I think the art on a dish.
She's won a competition as well.
This is when I feel the most zen. Pho is a dish that, even though it's that simple, it's hard to execute. Although each time I make it, it gets better and better. It has yet to still capture the memory of my mom's. Whether it's
good that she's got her own restaurant as well.
To win a cooking competition, to opening a restaurant, to just trying to replicate my mom's beef noodle soup. You just have to try over and over until you
succeed. Really good.
Comfort food at the end of the day is what matters to me most. It's really something that reminds you of childhood, that brings back certain memories, that makes you feel sentimental for the past. I would not trade where I am today to have my vision back. When I cook, I feel like my mom's spirit is somewhere nearby. I think all of these things are a tribute to her and an homage to how my mom viewed food.
Wow, that's amazing. That is breathtaking. Wow, I'm impressed with that one. That is really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that video.
So she mentions that she won the competition.
Yeah.
She won MasterChef in America.
Oh.
So she beat about over 100 people that could see their food.
That is really good. It's amazing that, like, no matter what's behind you or what sort of disability they've got or whatever, it's amazing that people can actually do that.
I did, yeah.
That was pretty inspirational, eh?
That was really interesting, considering she can't see, but she can cook.
I'm not being funny, but how amazing. Like, she can remember, like, colours and everything, and then it's so dangerous in the kitchen, but she's blind, and look at what she can do. I'm sorry, but I think that's absolutely inspirational. There's people that can see perfectly fine and can't cook a thing.
Yeah.
And she's making dishes like that. And her mum, I must be so, so proud. Hey, like, I'm not being funny, but I'd be worried sick if somebody was blind and trying to cook in case it got hurt.
I watched one of the clips because it came up on, I think it was like a Facebook or something. And it was when she first went in to meet them to do our demo thing. And she was like, where did I put the ginger? And anyone tell me like where the hand, and she was like looking around for hand wash, hitting everything, and they were just kind of staring at each other. And but yeah, it was also saying in the clip like that her mum didn't let her cook at all. Her mum kept her completely out the kitchen because she was so terrified. So that's how she got no recipes from her mum, and her mum died suddenly. So she's got a unique knack. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like everything, when you train your mind to do it, you can do it with your eyes shut. You know? And the more you do it, that's kind of what she said. And the more she does it, the better she becomes each time, you know. It's just.
I remember there was a guy on the Celebrity Master Chef who's blind. And I remember seeing him cook, and he smell things and touch them. And,
you just do what you can, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the best that you can do, all that you can.
But the confidence in her is unbelievable. I honestly think it's amazing. Hey, it was really good.
I would recommend having a look at the MasterChef videos yourself, because it shows you how.
I can't believe she actually won MasterChef. Like I can believe it. Yeah. But like that is amazing. Being like over hundreds of people that can see, feel, taste, do everything, and she's got an impairment, and she doesn't want it. She doesn't want to see again. She likes the way she is. She's accepting of herself, and she's a chef, and she's happy to be a blind chef. And you know what? Honestly, I think that's absolutely amazing. Like amazing. And MasterChef, that's solid. Like it's so strict, it's so precise. I just think for her to have actually won that, oh my lord! Like
in the American version, the contestants. I don't know if you've ever seen American reality shows in general, but they always try to get the competitors to be competitive. So there was one point where a guy won something, and his win thing was he had to pick which chefs would have canned crab, and who would work with actual real crab, a live crab. And he chose Christine to use the real crab because he thought because of her blindness, it would cause problems. And it actually did. She cut her fingers with the crabs because the crab was alive, but she made a cocktail out of the crab. So she cooked it and she won. And she won that round.
Wow. Even after she got hurt?
And she kind of got screwed over, yeah.
So did she just continue even after she got hurt and presented the meal?
Yeah. She got bandaged, obviously. She was fine. But it was like, she can't see.
She just went ahead.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And actually, progress no matter what. If you're like, people can always move on and do different stuff, so it's good.
I used to work with old people, and I heard about an illness called macular degeneration, where you gradually deteriorate your sight. It's a very cruel illness. I think it's tunnel vision you're getting in. It just reduces. I'm not very good with this word, degenerative. It's a very cruel thing, but let's hope she can still cook when her eyesight gets worse.
Yeah, I started losing the mobility in my hands because I used to do professional cake baking and things. And when I lost the ability in my hands, I was really frightened in the kitchen because I dropped so much. Burns I got over my legs and my body trying to put my nice meals in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam was in a cook school as well, so he loved that. But Adam has no pain receptors, and he can't feel hot or cold or anything. So he's just like blisters all over his hand, and he's just still holding the pan. I'm like, what are you doing? he like cut the tip of his finger off one time in a bag of M&Ms, and he was eating them, didn't feel it, and I'm like, oh my god, Aaron, you've let them melt the red peanut ones everywhere, and it wasn't with blood. No tip on his finger. It's just...
I'm not being funny, but I'm not allowed to cook with my conditions. But I used to cook, like before I got my conditions and stuff. And she's making like things that I would never have dreamed of even being able to make. And I wear glasses, but my vision's not too bad. Yeah. But that's absolutely, honestly, I think she's so talented. Do you know what? I would really like to actually try her food. And I wouldn't have any concerns that she's been blind while making it or anything.
Like, Aaron loves to cook, but I have like massive anxiety every time Aaron's. It's that bad. Aaron has his own everything for the kitchen. He has his own deep fat fryer, he has his own pancake maker, waffle maker, he has his own soup pot. He doesn't even use like my knives or anything. He has his own pots and pans, digital thermometer, you name it, Aaron has it all on his own.
Yeah, she has her own cookbook in a restaurant, so you can actually buy her book, and it's mostly Vietnamese stuff because she's from Vietnam. So it's very interesting, apparently. I showed it to her.
She's got a cookbook out there. She's won MasterChef, and she's got
a restaurant. Yeah.
A restaurant.
It's called the Blind Goats. So
the Blind Goat.
Yeah.
Ooh. Because I like how she's not shying away from it, and she's like, I'm blind and I wouldn't change it. I think it's fantastic because obviously from what she was saying there, because she is blind, her other senses are heightened. So with tasting the food and everything, she's going to taste that, and she was saying like she can, from tasting the food, she can work out like what it needs, which is amazing because apparently when a sense isn't working, other senses seem to work stronger.
Yeah.
Clearly that's what's happening here, but to an amazing extent. I don't know how she's managed to like use knives and everything, like, and be so confident and measuring the liquids with Alexa and everything. I never even thought I didn't know that was possible. But it just shows you like that you can get your way around things and anything is actually possible.
Eventually, Christine's condition of her eyes, it's a deterioration thing. So she was completely fine as a kid, but then it's slowly it's going to the point where she'll be 100% blind.
I think that's even harder as well because it's got even more skill than a fully blind person because they are usually born with it and they adapt from baby, you know? Whereas he's talented, like she said, she has to relearn every single time. Vision.
Yeah.
It's scary. Even the processes will change, you know, because she could see, she didn't learn a part because she maybe see that part of the process. She didn't necessarily learn how to do that blind. And then it's like a jigsaw, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
I've got a feeling she should be winning a few more awards. Oh, thanks for that, Emma. I'll need to look her out because you've sent me the link. I've got the link. There should probably be some other bits of her. That's a good one to start the year.